How's it going, everyone? Today's topic is Veles Labyrinth, Master Lost Sector, dealing with champions of Barrier and Unstoppable with Threat of Arc. To find this Lost Sector, you're going to go to your map here, find in the bottom right corner, and you're going to land up here at Skywatch, make your way all the way down. Once you get down to the location, if you've never ran it on normal before, you're going to jump down this hole. Once you jump down this hole, you'll complete it all the way through. You'll come back up here to the flag. You'll then be able to run on Legend and Master. Legend has less champions, Master has more champions. The recommended power level is 1830. If you have that power level, awesome. If you don't, you're still okay. As long as you can handle champions, you'll be all set to be able to run these over and over and over to farm the enhancement cores and exotic weapon pieces. Or exotic armor pieces, I apologize. For our build today, we're using Storm Chaos Reach with a Healing Rift here to keep us alive, Chain Lightning to take care of any other champions that are, take care of any of the red bars that are really close combat here and keep us amplified, as it'll pair up really well with Electrostatic Mind. And then Pulse Grenade here for a lot of damage, as we'll pair up with Magnitude for longer duration, Shock here will allow us to jolt targets, Amplitude while we're amplified we'll get more orbs, and then Ions will give us Iron Traces to pair up with our Fallen Sunstar, which will give us more ability cooldown. Arc Souls will do most of the damage for us, as we don't need to do that much for this run, as everything else here is just going to be for taking care of champions. So Auto Rifle for taking care of Barrier, Glaive for taking care of Unstoppables, and then our Combat Bow here, Leviathan's Breath, will take care of all the Unstoppables that are a little farther out of range, or the boss. You should be able to basically 3-hit the boss. I would recommend, if you do have Leviathan's Breath, get that Catalyst. Farm that Catalyst out, as it is a massive increase to making this weapon a very viable weapon. It's also super good for boss damage. So definitely pick that up if you haven't already. It's definitely a must pick. 100 Resilience, keep you alive. 100 Discipline to throw more grenades, and then whatever you can throw in Recovery to get you more ability or class ability uptime. It's always going to help you out. Fallen Sunstar will be our exotic here. It'll give us improved ionic traces, making them move faster, and also nearby allies also gain ability energy when you collect ionic traces. So you're helping your team out here. So this is one of my favorite exotics for Arc. It is amazing by far. So for our weapon here, we can use an ammo finder if you'd like, because you're using a Leviathan's Breath weapon. So we sometimes can run out of ammo if you use it a lot. If you find that you're not using it very often, you could also switch this to Ashes to Asset. So if you wanted, you can run 2 heavy ammo slides, or you know, 1 of each, whatever. Or you can run Ashes to Assets here, will give you more ability cooldown. You could also run Dynamo. Dynamo will be very good for giving you your super back, as there's a lot of things in close combat. So using your class ability may be a nice benefit for you. Grenade Kickstarts will be our focus here. Weapon Siphon, I need to make sure I switch this back from a previous build to Arc Siphon, as my Glaive will do most of my ad clear for me. And then we have Firepower, Grenade Kickstart here. These two will make sure we have tons of orbs, and they'll kind of cycle between each other. Our resistances are going to focus a lot on Arc Resistant if we need it for the boss. If you're having issues with the Shrieker or the Unstoppables, then I would say switch this over to a Void Resist. You can get rid of Charged Up if you'd like. It's really optional. It's kind of my preference. I like to use it, but to pair up really well with more grenade uptime. But that's just up to my style. So if you like to use Charged Up, it's nice. If not, it's not a requirement. It'll give you a little bit more ability uptime for the grenade kickstarts, but it's not really that huge of a difference. If you're using this with maybe weapon surges, then yeah, Charged Up would be a nice benefit also. We'll be using Innervation, Recuperation, and Elemental Charge, as we have a lot of Ionic Traces coming to pair up with our Fallen Sunstar. And then everything else down here is just to give us another orb as we need to collect orbs, and then give us ability or grenade cooldown back. All your abilities are focused on Arc. Make sure that if you're using an anti-barrier auto rifle that it's enabled. If you're using a glaive, it's enabled. It'd be really unfortunate if you don't have it enabled. You'll notice, why can't I stun a champion? That's probably why. So let's go and get right into this. Should be a relatively quick run. It's not the fastest of runs, because Veles Labyrinth is a kind of time-locked one. We have to kill certain things to progress. But as always, like and subscribe, comment below if you want to see different builds, and I appreciate all the support. You guys have been amazing. All right, here we go. So let's make sure we focus on taking care of these buttons. Buttons open the doors. If you don't find the buttons, you can't get through the doors. Oh, I missed that melee. No one saw that. I have my auto rifle ready, because I know this guy's going to use his barrier. Now you can either continue using auto rifle, or I'm going to switch to the glaive, as it'll just punish him down. You will have some exploding mobs come up here, but if you leave early, you're good. So that button will always be there. I need to run right through. I'm going to look for the button on the far wall. If there's not one there, you then move on. One here sometimes. Oh, there's one. Perfect. And then there's one on this wall. Oh, perfect. That's easy. That wall, and then this corner. If you've never ran this before, definitely look for those buttons, get them done early, and then whatever is spawning you can wait for, but you do have to wait for the, what the hell? You do have to wait for the barrier champion. That was the weirdest thing. We're getting wrecked. Now everything open here, you do want to sprint down as fast as you can, if you can, get down here real quick. Because you want to get your grenade on this corner. The second you see the first mob, you want to hit it real hard, because they'll just run at you. And the weird thing is, these thralls, the cursed thralls, will just like kind of run behind you and try to hide behind you, and they'll just blow up. So like it becomes very weird where they just start blowing up on you and you can't do anything about it. So gonna make sure we're wrecking all this stuff here. Finish her right away. Find the unstoppable. Use our shield. We do have our Leviathan's breath for a lot of damage. But these cursed thralls are gonna be where everything goes real bad. You can go sideways really quickly. But now that we're all set, we can let our Arc Souls do most of the work for us. We want to have our auto rifle ready, as up the top of the stairs is going to be a barrier champion. Recommend that you throw a grenade and use your healing circle right away, as if you don't, you won't have time for the barrier champion to activate. We'll have all these mobs. You can use your melee to take them all out, or they'll just blow up like that with your Arc Soul. This is where the Leviathan's breath comes in handy. You're just gonna headshot, and then you get that rapid fire with your catalyst here. Headshot again, he should be basically dead. So we can go over here. He won't be. Oh, I think we almost. Yep, that could have been real bad if we ran in a hole. So what I have to do now, since I messed that up, is go back up here and stun this guy. What I was trying to do was wall run here, but I messed it up. So we see the dot above the head, that means you can use a finisher, and we're all set. Once this guy dies, you'll have these knights run at you. You can use your glaive to deal with them. They're not that bad. But if you don't have your glaive ready, you don't have to. I would say that usually Leviathan's breath for this, the Shrieker here, if you shoot it once, and then pull your Leviathan's breath out, it should be able to take it out. There you go, perfect. If you're running weapon surges instead of grenade kickstarts, then you will be able to easily one-shot that thing with void weapon surges. So I'm just gonna sit up here, take care of the wizard real quick, and then just hello. We have a bunch of mobs here. You're gonna have just a bunch of random stuff spawning. The biggest threat I look out for is in this doorway. You have 2 unstoppables show up. You just want to ult them right away, and then once they're vulnerable again, you're going to want to shield, because you don't want to die. So make sure you keep your health up. These guys low, use your glaive, melee will take care of them, shot will take care of them, whatever you need to. And now you just have cursed thralls that'll spawn through this door, and you'll have a few mobs through the portal here. If nothing is spawning, it means there's an ad hiding. Sometimes they hide back here in the back, or there they are. So if you're looking around going, what's going on? It's because they just run around and hide even with whatever health. So nothing you can do about it. Just go find them real quick and you'll be in a good spot. So let me just see if I can find this one dude. Could be him. There he is. Yeah, they're always behind this stupid rock or box here. I don't know why. So now you're gonna have a bunch of cursed thralls here, and then maybe a few more mobs show up. And then you're going to have the boss come up, so make sure you're ready for it. If you're not ready to fight the boss close combat, if you have Leviathan's Breath stacked up, I would just say back up, right? Use your Leviathan's Breath to do most of the work, because you'll be in a good spot. If you ever pull the trigger and you're not ready to go, just hit the reload button, and it'll pull it back so you don't waste a shot. But it should be able to just absolutely just take the boss out here. Use your glaive. Boss is dead, all champions are dead, whatever else is spawned, you don't have to worry about. And then you can just collect your loot and move on with your day. There we are. 5-minute run. Pretty quick run. You probably will be able to get them done quicker. Maybe a little slower if you're taking your time with Flawless here, but I would make sure Veles Labyrinth is definitely one of those you want to get Flawless. with platinum. And then if you really need exotic piece, go for it. If not, I would just say move on to something else for the day. Go run a Nightfall or something, because this one's kind of not the most fun to run. But if you like and subscribe, comment below if you want to see different exotic weapons, builds, whatever. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic day.